Welcome to Timberland Farms. My name's Anthony. Behind me is what I believe is a 1967. It's an International 656, not to be confused with the Farmall 656, which is the row crop version of this guy. This is the utility version, sits a little bit lower. Same engine, same rear drive train, roughly. This one does not have a TA. It has the 6-cylinder gasoline engine instead of the D282 diesel engine that's offered in this guy. But I think we have some new plans for this. So let's get it washed up and I'll tell you guys what's going on with it. So I'm thinking that it might be time to part ways with this guy. I've had it for about 2 years now and I still have yet to even use it really. It's got some problems here and there. It does need a set of new shoes all around, all 4 corners. The backs are really dry rotted and have little tread, and the fronts have very little tread on them. It's just not heavy enough for what I want. I wanted this to become my baling tractor, but with it being gasoline, I'd probably end up going through 3 times the amount of fuel that I would with my Case 430. And my Case 430 square bale is just fine. It's a little on the light side, but I could always ballast that up. It's got plenty of horsepower for what I want. It would be nice to have a little bit more, but it's definitely adequate for what I'm doing for now. And in the future, I can upgrade to a bigger tractor. But in the meantime, the 656, I thought it would be what I wanted. I'd have to dump a bunch of money into it on tires, getting shoes done for it, and a bunch of ballast. This thing is very, very light. The rear tires are not loaded, so that's missing out on probably 1,500 pounds right there off the bat. It does have one set of wheel weights, but the front end is also very light when it does grab and get traction, so I need a full set of suitcase weights, and getting a set of those runs anywhere between $1,500 and $2,500 depending on where you're looking for international suitcase weights. Well, I sure am going to miss this tractor when it does go. It doesn't really fit my needs very well. It just sits on the sidelines. The paint's not exactly what I would want. I would end up painting it. It does just fine, but I would probably end up painting it. I do love the way that 6-cylinder gas runs. The 6-cylinder inline 6, it sounds so good when it's under a load. But I don't ever have anything that really puts it under a load, so I don't really get to hear that very often, so not really missing much, I guess. Well, hopefully it goes to a good home and somebody else will enjoy it more than I get to. Because it is a good tractor. This thing always fires up in the coldest of days. Don't matter how cold it is, as long as it's got good gas in it, it's not full of water and stuff. You put fresh gas in it, it fires right up. It's a little cold-blooded, doesn't like to accelerate for a few minutes until it warms up. Then it runs amazing. But I got the 430 and I use that for everything. It's got the front loader on it. It's very good on fuel. And this thing has some issues where I gotta address to make it useful for me, like the tires and stuff. But if you really need cheap horsepower, this is where it's at for you. So I think that's going to about wrap it up for me tonight. It's going to fast forward for you guys right now pretty much, but I'm going to let this dry off overnight and we'll reconvene tomorrow. We'll do a walk around video of this for you guys and as well for Marketplace, and do a couple pictures, list it on Marketplace, and see if we can find a new home for this girl. Both brakes work great. Barely have to push them. They lock right up, dual remotes. Oil pressure gauge works. Oil pressure comes up a little bit when you accelerate. Tach works. Hour meter says 5,858 hours. Ammeter works. Battery is charging. 5-speed with split brakes. So this is her all washed up. I'll throw in a clip of it running up and down the road. It's a little bouncy because this thing is bouncy going down the road. I think if it was loaded down a little better, it wouldn't be so bouncy. But yeah, she runs pretty decent. It's parked right next to this Ford 2000 Industrial. This is George's tractor from Full Creek Farms. Some of you may recognize this tractor. Pardon the squeeze in between here. But this one is also for sale, so you can buy either one of these guys. If you're interested in either one of these, get a hold of me on my email. I got to find the serial number on this guy, so if you know where it is, let me know in the comment section below, and I can see. Let's see if we can find the ID. That's going to wrap this video up. Got the 656 all washed. It's ready for the next guy. Hopefully it goes to a good home. I'm going to miss it. It sounds amazing, especially when it's lugging, like pulling that hill right over there. It's pretty steep and it sounds really sweet going up that hill. So this is going to be available, as well as that loader tractor. Potentially already have a buyer about 2 hours away. I might have to go deliver that this weekend, but we're going to see. They haven't paid me a deposit or anything, so it's still fair game, but maybe as of the posting of this video, it might already been sold. I plan on posting this tomorrow, Wednesday. Today is Tuesday for me. So yeah, if you're interested in either one of these, I'll leave my email in the description below. You can get a hold of me on my email. But I'm really going to miss this tractor. It really hasn't done me much, good or bad. I really haven't had a use for it. Mainly because I have not had a setup for me. Like I said, I need a set of suitcase weights off the front, new steer tires, new drive tires, load the rear tires up with ballast, and maybe a second set of wheel weights on the back, and then it'll probably be heavy enough to bale hay with on some of these hills. And these hills are pretty steep. But my Case 430 does just fine. When I start getting about 150 square bales on the wagon, that's when it starts to show that it's struggling. Going downhill, I lose the stopping capability. I just go with the flow kind of deal. Sometimes I just skip the windrow and just coast on my way down, trying to slow down as much as I can. And then when it starts getting around 175 bales is when I can't go up the hill anymore on some of these steep sections. And I'll have to drop the wagon and swap out to a new wagon. But thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video. We're just about wrapped up on a side job I did with a backhoe, and didn't really go good towards the end, so stick around for that.